Hello my fellow hunters and welcome to Monster Hunter Morph episode 86. This is the fourth episode of my off-meta elemental Switch X series for Monster Hunter Wilds version 1.0. I'm comparing every single elemental Switch X, excluding the No-Artian Switch X's, which are made for post-endgame or in general for the endgame. Yes. I'm just interested in the morph behind the Switch X's, and the biggest reason to use these are the designs, because they are absolute peak designs. They are one of my absolute favorite Switch X's I've never seen before, like I showed yesterday from Shuvu and from Hirabami. They're absolute peak designs, and yes, I just enjoy playing with these Switch X's because it's a lot more versatile, and also the morph behind these X's are a lot more interesting, and yeah, how to optimize them. There's also like a Guardian or rathalos set which gives you additional fire attack. It doesn't matter which element is on your Switch X, so for example if you're using a water Switch X and you're using the set, it's like you're having an additional weapon with 400 fire element. 2-piece set triggers, sometimes you have a chance to trigger this skill, and 4-piece set always. But it's a little bit clumsy because we didn't get that much crit and other important stuff, so maybe I'm going to make a separate video with this skill later and then compare it to the current optimized builds. There are currently two sets I highly recommend. I am using for the calculation this one because I used it always before. It is maximum might with max out weakness exploit. It has absolute 100% uptime, so it's very relatable. And also I added a second set which I'm currently not using, but maybe later. It's with Counter-Strike level 3. And I think it also has a pretty high uptime, especially if you're using the maxed out skill. So now about the weapons. This is about fire weapons, so we just go to Gamma and ask for the fire Switch X's, so go for the upgrade weapon, and now search fire. So I didn't really understand why that's the case. We only have one single ice Switch X, so we didn't even have the choice between power and elemental fire, and also one thunder Switch X only. And for that one Thunder Switch X, it is badly optimized. It has horrible sharpness. Elemental Fire is currently pretty bad in comparison to Power Fire, so I didn't really know why we have 4 very strong Fire Switch X's. All the Fire Switch X's are very strong compared to the other elements, especially 2 Switch X's are very strong, more than the others, and I didn't really get it why they made 4 very strong fire Switch X's and only one thunder Switch X, which is also pretty bad. Not looking bad, but stats wise is bad. So we're gonna check out all the elemental Switch X's from top to bottom. First of all, Guardian rathalos. Well optimized. We have tiny bit of sharpness, of white sharpness with Master's Touch. So absolutely no handicraft is needed. Affinity is good, so it seems that everything is good. So we didn't need power prolonger too much because it's an elemental fire. So we only need crit boost. Seems to be that we only need crit boost, but bad thing is it's an elemental fire. Currently, elemental fire is a bit bad in the game because most combos are more raw based, and also the meta is more raw based. So okay, that's about the Blaze Splitter. I thought it was better, to be honest, but okay. Then we have No-Udra. This is absolute peak design. It is, from design-wise, my absolute favorite Switch X of the entire game. Yes, you need that 100 symbols free, so it's a little bit annoying to get this. You need several quests to get this. It has a bit sharpness, so you need a bit more. It only has like, I don't know, it's 30 hits, I think. So we definitely need minimum 2 levels of handicraft, or you need Master's Touch. And if you're using Master's Touch, you also have to compensate the bad affinity. And you also need 3 levels of power prolonger, and that's now a situation where it got a little bit tricky, because for the switch X the on skill is rapid morph, which is currently from our playstyle pretty useless. So it's like we didn't have any equipment skills, and this is the only bad thing. So if the switch X had power prolonger on board, it was maybe one of the best fire switch X's, but that's the biggest problem. We didn't have really a useful equipment skill on this weapon. Then about the Ankutku switch X. This is the worst switch X of all, because we need minimum 5 levels of handicraft, and as you can see, all our decorations are gone. The fire attack is absolutely insane, 350. We also have power prolonger, but at the end we can't squeeze in any critical boost decos, and that's the main reason why the switch X is behind the others. The sharpness is just too bad, and it's also elemental fire, which doesn't scale too good, to be honest. Yes, so, and we also have the last switch X, which is the rathalos switch X. And this switch X is by far the best fire switch X of all. I'm not sure whether it's like you can also use this raw switch X, but the sharpness is absolutely great. You didn't really have to improve it. You can use 1 level of handicraft, but I'm also fine with 0 levels of handicraft. We have affinity on this weapon. The fire element is a lot better than on the other switch X's, which were on the other 2 ones 200 fire attack, so pretty decent. And we have critical boost 3 on this switch X already. So this is currently, from all the elemental switch X's we have, the strongest one. It didn't make Dragon until yet, but from the 4 elements I made until yet, this is by far the strongest combination you can get. So I'm just going to show you in the table how to optimize the switch X. We're going to swap to the No-Artian best elemental switch X tab. As you can see at the top, I've calculated for all 4 switch X's and the respective skills you need for the optimization. And after I've included the skills, I calculated the approximate DPS. As you can see, for the first one, I calculated for critical boost 3 with elemental attack. For No Udra, power prolonger, because it only had rapid morph and it was a power fire, and the rest critical boost to power prolonger and critical boost. On the Ankutku switch X, only sharpness, yes, and critical boost level 1. And for the rathalos switch X, we can max out our critical boost, so we only need a 2 slot decoration, and we can also use power prolonger maxed out and elemental attack 1. Yes. So you can see here, it's by far the highest DPS we can get, so it's like 10 DPS more compared to all the other X's. Here you have now for the rathalos switch X comparison of the skill increase. As you can see, it is not like previously on the other weapons, always go up to 5 slot sizes. The reason is that, for example, critical damage is already 3 levels in the weapon, so no reason to calculate for all the other levels. And as you can see, it scales by far the best with 1.84% per slot size. And after this we have the element / critical element tool, which has potential, as you can see. So maybe if we can get a lot more slots or what else, or better onboard skills, this seems to be a useful skill. You can see it scales very good, but the problem is we have a power fire, so this is the highest priority of all, to get power prolonger first, and that's why I didn't calculate for the other slots, because yeah, first getting power prolonger, so 3 slot is gone, and then only 2 slot and 1 slot is left, which is, like you can see, critical damage. Yeah, so these are the possible deco combinations we can use. As I said, power prolonger slash element is the absolute must on the switch X. And then we go for either 2 levels of critical boost with 2 levels of element, or only 1 level of critical boost and max out element. And as you can see from the stats, that first deco pop longer slash element, second deco is 2 levels of critical boost, and the level 1 slot deco is 1 level of elemental attack, which is 1.1 DPS higher. So I would recommend this combination. It's with maxed out critical boost. I'm going to show this here in the in-game stats. Yeah, so like in this video, only the weapon decorations are interesting. Not gonna make this isn't any armor set build video, so every time I make a video I separate the weapon skills and stats and armor skills and stats. So for the rathalos switch X, so for the weapon slot I recommend to go for enhancer slash handicraft tool. I didn't calculate it here, but handicraft is stronger than element, and we only have a tiny bit of white sharpness. So in my opinion, this is the best one you can use. If you didn't have enhancer slash handicraft, you can also use enhancer slash blaze or just a normal enhancer tool. And on the 2 slice, a critical tool to get our critical boost level 5, and also a blaze tool level 1. So we're ending up getting only 1 level of fire attack, ending up having a fire element of 290, but critical boost level 5, pop longer 3, so this is the best possible combination. And yes, I also added a run for Congalala. There are not too much counters. I made like 20 runs with Congalala. I cut a lot of runs with a lot of counters, but didn't cut a good clear time, like 2:30 or so. And I just picked a run with the shortest clear time to didn't make the video too long. So I'm now showing you the gameplay for Congalala, which has a very high fire weakness. And yes, then see you in the next video with Dragon Element.
Eine Jagd ohne böse Überraschungen. Gib Bescheid, wenn dein Palico dir doch helfen soll.